Sam, are you ready? We are hot to trot. Mics are revved up, and it is time for another edition of West Coast Wide Open. Time for the good stuff.
The Bite on Dirt.
That's right, the Bite on Dirt. I know you don't like the name. I love it.
That's the catchphrase.
It's great. It's great. It works, man.
No, it doesn't. Not at all.
People love it.
Oh.
So,
People.
we are back at Jetstream Aqua Massage in Albany in the Amco Total Car Care studio. Thanks for setup. It is hot, hot, hot in here. I'm burning up.
Turn on the fan for you.
Huge week. A huge week this week here in the Northwest with all kinds of stuff we're going to talk about. And we got a show tonight.
Oh,
we've got some content. We've got some rules. We've got some controversy. We've got some issues. We've got news. We've got results and highlights. And, man, it's crazy.
All the stuff you love talking about. All the stuff I really don't like
It's the stuff people love to hear, Sam. Dom is on. He's on his way. He's making his way over from Corvallis. His
hot footing it through traffic.
And you know he is. Handsome Dom has got a heavy right foot. So I want to get into the show, but I want to hear about your week, Sam. I know you've got a lot going on.
Yeah. I usually do.
Yeah, I mean already here they come.
I'm not even going to look.
Here. It's going to be a wild one tonight on the Swear Trucking chat line. I'm sure of it.
I'm not going to read them or respond.
Well, I might need your help responding because it's going to get wild.
Okay.
First and foremost, I want to send a shout-out to Darren Roth. Glad to hear he's all right after a small fire in the cockpit of his non-wing sprint car at Willamette Speedway. Second-degree burns on one of his feet. He actually left the racetrack, went to the hospital, got checked out. Good to go, but the recovery is going to be a few months. It's going to be a few months. But he's okay, which I was glad to see. But I want to hear about Sam's week.
My week wasn't bad. Pretty easy. Pretty laid back, other than race car video stuff.
You had a lot going on in that department, yes.
A bunch of rookie mistakes for one of the biggest street stock shows on the West Coast. So, yeah, that was pretty disheartening to not bring my A game to that. But
yeah, you know, I've seen the videos. They're posted. They're up on Moxie. I've watched them beforehand like we always do. I think you did a great job. Now, listen, it was a Murphy's Law deal, not just for you, but for everybody else. We're going to talk about that later on. But all things considered, I think the videos turned out great, man.
Well, yeah, I haven't even really tried to make an A main because I'm pretty much my creative energy is drained, and 5 race cars and one night of racing is a lot to deal with.
No doubt, and all the hours that comes with each video. Would you do 4 videos this week?
Yeah, I did. Sunday was the big 2. I'm going to knock 2 of them out of the way, and then I worked on a video a night till today. So on top of your normally scheduled 50-hour work week. 42.
Well, okay, 42. With all the stuff you got going, you got another 20-plus hours in racing videos. I mean, it's a long week for you, bud.
Yeah, it's a real long week. And then you make me come do this show.
You love doing the show.
I don't. The show is probably my least favorite Moxie activity.
But Sam, listen, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here because Andrew Langan already hitting us up saying he's the only one without sound. Everybody else is good to go. Turn your volume up, Andrew. The volume button on your phone.
volume button and maybe a Bluetooth speaker.
We're gonna talk with him. So very busy week for you as far as work and the racing videos and me. It's been wild. I mean, obviously, not just with the Moxie deal, but with Jetstream and all the business activities going on with that, and we're gonna have some news on that in the next couple days. We'll talk about it next week. But it's big news.
Should be exciting if it works out.
It'll be good. I think it'll be one of those deals that'll make everybody happy. And celebrating my son's 15th birthday today.
Yeah, does that make you feel old?
Yes, it does. I can't believe he's 15 years old. It just amazes me how time flies. He's not a kid anymore. He's a young man, and I try to respect him like that and, let him make some decisions. And it's just crazy how you have to make those adjustments as a parent going through life. It's, I don't know, it's kind of bittersweet sometimes,
Yeah.
But we've got a lot on board. I really want to start the show tonight because we've got so much to talk about. And typically our shortest segment is with the Bakersfield boys. I really want to get Bakersfield up first. So, man, everything is just, when it goes, it goes. Let's get Mike to get his phone fired up. Let's get him called in here so we can talk about Bakersfield with him and Brian. And we'll have a go at it. If those guys, I know those guys are very busy down there in the SoCal area. They've always got something. They got a huge fireworks display that's coming up this weekend at Bakersfield. I mean, they're talking, it's monster for the
Isn't that
Richie
normally,
McGowan.
Isn't that normally like a 10, 15-minute show?
No, not at the McGowan Memorial. They do a show that, park it. It's going to be a while.
Well.
Yeah. Half hour.
Half hour? I don't like stuff blowing up over my head for more than 10 minutes.
Oh, it's a thing of beauty.
No, I'm saying no now.
My goodness. So while we're waiting for Mike to call in,
I want to know how sore Andrew is. He's got to be pretty sore.
Oh, gosh. And we're going to talk about that deal because the video, and here's the thing, watching the video and not being there like you were in attendance at the Wallabanger Cup, when you've been around racing a long time and you see certain styles of wrecks, you know a bad wreck when you see one. And I knew right away this deal is bad. I sat there watching it live online, and when I saw him get out of that race car was probably the biggest feeling of relief that I've had in the racing and what we do with racing in a long, long time. That was a horrible crash, high-speed impact. The car, and we'll try to talk with Andrew later on, but I've seen reports where the car is fixable. I've seen ones where they say it's totaled. Without having a chance to get together with those guys this week and talk to them, I don't know what's what. I don't know what you've heard. But, man, I don't care about the car. I don't care about the car. Race cars can be fixed or replaced, but drivers can't. And when he crawled out of that car, it was just kind of like, you've got to be kidding me. He actually got out of that car on his own and walked away. You were there. You were standing close to where it happened. Let's just real quick talk about it before we get into the meat of it later.
Well, my biggest thing was I heard the tires squealing and the thud. I actually was looking past that. Like, I didn't see any of the contact or anything that led to it or him being run out the track. I heard the tires squeal, and I turned just in time for the thud. So, all of my attention was there at the thud. That's when you hear thud at a racetrack, that's usually pretty bad.
Well, and that's the thing is the wreck was just, it went from wide open in a heated battle for the lead of all things to hitting the tire in turn 3 on the exit, and the car just stopped and shot straight up in the air. Devastating hit.
Oh. Going back on the video later that night when I got home, because we were on board that car. Big old dirt cloud right in the middle of it, so you don't really see anything. But he was calm the entire time in the car. Like, it went over. You never heard anything said until people ran up, and then he was yelling for people to get back from the car, and that was about it. So he stayed pretty calm and level-headed. At least from the vantage point of the camera.
Yeah. I don't know many people that would have. He's a pretty cool character anyway, laid back. The man has arrived. Handsome Dom is in the house.
Dun, dun, dun.
Everybody's been waiting for me.
This is true.
Oh, man. So, Dom, we're talking.
We're waiting for Patterson.
Or Mike, Brian, either one to call in, talk Bakersfield. Are you hearing? Let's step away from racing for just a second.
Oh, who cares?
Top of the 7th inning, College World Series. Oregon State leads 4-0.
Let's see. I'm a Duck fan.
You're.
Oh, there we go.
You didn't turn Dom on. Way to go, Corey.
But I'm a Duck fan.
Don't ever say that on the show again. Ever. That's a 4-letter word we don't say on the air.
Duck, duck, goose. There, I said it.
So, report coming straight from Andrew. The car is totaled for now. We'll see what we can do in the off season. I'm assuming his off season has already started.
No, they got another car.
These guys are amazing. The quality of the products they build, it's crazy for street stocks. I mean, those are works of art. We're going to get Brian Smith in from Bakersfield announcer Brian Smith. He's going to call in. We're going to talk results from Bakersfield last week. Typically, we're going to get those guys on the air. We got to work with their schedule too. They've got a lot of stuff going on down there. We are going to, like I said, Dom, you've seen the schedule. We got a lot to talk about tonight.
Yeah. I'm pulling it up now.
Huge card tonight. So,
how are you feeling being in points lead with your pick there, Dominator?
If anybody wants to talk about bookmaking on the side, I'm ready.
He's killing us, man. He's killing us on the predictions, and
everybody thought I've been running a long shot.
I've been running my mouth at you two since night one, and neither one of you have said a word, and now all of a sudden Dom's blowing my phone up.
And right here in the Swear Trucking chat line, it now says, not so handsome Dom now, Beeves. I love it.
Oh, gosh.
I absolutely love it. We've got Brian Smith from Bakersfield Speedway on the line. We're going to talk about Bakersfield results and highlights from last Saturday night. Brian, how you doing, bud?
Yeah, what's going on, Corey?
Doing well, man. Doing well. We are we've got a super huge show tonight. We've got so much going on up here in the PNW. I know you guys have got a big deal coming up this weekend. Let's talk about Bakersfield. Let's talk about your results, what happened last Saturday night, and the upcoming show, which is huge for Bakersfield Speedway.
Oh yeah, the 7th annual Richie McGowan Memorial.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
So let's get into what happened last Saturday night. Who'd you guys have on the schedule?
On the schedule, we had the Motor City GMC B-Mods, then we had the Coca-Cola Mini Stocks, the H&S Body Works and Showing Hobby Stocks, and always the Sling and Dirt Wear Apparel Mod Lights.
Okay. Where do you want to start with tonight?
We can go straight to the B-Mods if you'd like.
Whatever. This is your segment. We're going to follow your lead, bud.
Okay. Yeah, our B-Mods were kind of low this past weekend. Car count's been kind of crazy. We need to try to get more fans out. And, I don't know if the big race up north is taking a lot of fans, but, yeah, our car count was awful low. We only had about maybe 10, 15 cars this weekend. And, kind of a light show. And then a one class that was scheduled to come join us, not because of the weather being so hot. They are, air-cooled motors, and temperature here in Bakersfield about 105. So
text him.
They decided not to show up, so that left us one division left.
Okay.
But yeah, for the B mods, we'll start with our driver coming in the 5th spot out of Lake Isabella, California. It's the C5 of Wayne Coughlin, and then always finishing up front, the number 5 out of Prunedale, Matt Haggio.
He's had a great year this year.
Yeah, he's picked up 2 main event wins. He's chomping at the bit. I think he's someone to be a contender probably for maybe a championship if he continues to finish up front where he's been finishing so far in this early in the season.
Doesn't he have 2 wins to his credit already?
Yes, sir. 2 main events. 2
main events and a 4th.
Yeah, 4th place. He's right there. He's right there. Like I said, he's chomping right at the bit. Very, very smooth driver. He just kind of has the patience to wait, and then he usually falls in the right spot toward the end of the race. Like I said, he just finished that 4th place last weekend. 2 main event wins. He's up there in the points.
Good deal. Good run for that kid.